Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's makeup tutorial is on the sultry smoky eye look, which I've been wearing a lot lately. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. I'm starting off with this hydrating primer from Mercier and applying it all over the face. This primer has a jelly-like texture and I love it because it's lightweight and feels more like a moisturizer than a primer. Next, I'm using Fenty Beauty's eye primer to prep the eyes. Moving on to foundation, I'm using this one, also from Mercier. After dotting it all over the face, I'm using a brush to blend it out. This foundation is also very lightweight and has a radiant, dewy finish. I'm using this concealer from Kevyn Aucoin and applying it to the areas that need an extra bit of coverage, then blending it out with a concealer brush. To set the base, I'm going to finish off with another Mercier product. This is their translucent powder with a glowy finish. I learned the best way to apply this is to thoroughly swirl and coat the powder into the brush using the lid and then swiping it across the face. I also like to dab it on so I don't move the foundation around too much. I'm really impressed by this foundation routine because it just makes my skin look and feel really good. For brows, I'm using Anastasia's Dip Brow Pomade in soft brown. I used to use ebony, but I've had to go a few shades lighter since changing my hair color. Moving on to eyes, this is the color palette we'll be working with today, starting with the shimmery coral shade from Fenty Beauty's Moroccan Spice palette. Using a fluffy brush, I'm applying that in a rounded motion to the eye socket area. I'm starting in the outer corners and then working my way in. You can stop about 3/4 of the way. You don't have to bring it to the inner corner. This is the transition color that's going to help smoke out the eye look. Next, take a matte taupe shade and apply that to the inner half of the eyes. Matte shades can be a bit tricky to work with, so take your time applying it until you get a hang of it. I first like to apply the color as close to the lash line as possible and then work my way up and out. This makes it a bit easier to blend out the outer edges. Next, take a matte reddish brown shade and apply it to the outer half of the eyes. The transition shade we used earlier will make this a bit easier to apply. You can also take a fluffy brush to help blend and soften the edges. Now we're going to add the same 3 shades to the lower lash line, starting with the coral shade and applying it all over. I'm using what's left on my concealer brush to clean and define the shape of the eyeshadows so that it's sharper and has a triangle point. Take the taupe color and apply that across the lower lash line too. Now take the reddish brown color and apply that to the outer half only. Moving on to liner, I'm using 2 different brown liners to draw a thin winged line. First, I'm taking the Dolly Wink brush tip liner to draw the end of the wing. Then I'm taking the thicker roller liner from Benefit to fill in the rest. For lashes, I'm using Ardell Wispies for a dramatic look. Then, taking a gold toned highlighter, I'm going to apply that to the inner corner of the eyes to make it pop. I'm actually using a small lip brush to apply this. Next is contour. I'm going to draw in the contours of my nose and then blend it out. And for the rest of the face, I want a very contoured and bronzed look, so I'm going a bit extra with the product and even bringing it a bit further down the cheeks. I'm also going to contour the jawline. Now I'm applying a neutral matte blush to the cheeks. I want to stay bronzed, so I'm just applying a little bit. Taking the highlighter from earlier, I'm going to apply that to the high points of my face. Moving on to lips, we're going for a glossy gradient look, so I'm starting off with this nude shade and applying it very liberally all over. Next, I'm taking this darker wine shade from Milk Makeup. Using a lip brush, I'm going to apply that to the center of the lips and blend it out to finish off the gradient. And here's the final look. Hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!